Hello, and welcome to another episode of Food and Dine. This is a Top Chef podcast. My name is Quiche.
And my name is Gnocchi, and today we will be talking about Top Chef Season 21, Episode 10, Door County Fish Boil. And just to briefly recap the episode, there was a quickfire challenge, it was a meat raffle, and Savannah won the meat raffle. She won $10,000. Huzzah! There was also an elimination challenge. It was a fish boil. Danny won with carrots. More than carrots, but also with carrots once again. And the chef testant who was sent to LCK, my man Sue,
That's so sad.
with his pineapple curry, goes back to LCK. Quiche, what did you think of this episode?
Riveting. Full of twists and turns and highs and lows and fish boil. Hadn't heard of that before. You hear of shrimp boil, other boils, but not a white fish boil. So I thought it was really cool. I thought it was exciting. It was a really kind of quirky episode in terms of culinary choices, which I appreciated and I liked it. I feel like I learned a little bit more about Wisconsin culture there.
Me too. I'd like to step up to the counter. I have a very light and breezy Top Chef baggage check.
All right, well, come on in. Let's go.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, there were 6 returning Top Chef alums, and I love to see them. Gregory Gourdet, Sarah Bradley, Shota Nakajima, Justin Sutherland, Maylin, who won her season in Boston, and Jeremy Ford, who won his season in California. And I just wanted to quickly sidebar. It was really nice to see Justin Sutherland because in July of 2022, he had a horrific accident. He fell out of a boat.
Oh my.
Was caught in the propellers. It was a really bad accident because he got cut in the face. So it would have been bad anywhere, but also his face.
Oh my gosh.
And our favorite popular chef, Guy Fieri, spearheaded a fundraising effort for him because as many chefs these days live lives without medical insurance. And sure enough, Justin Sutherland did not have medical insurance. And so Guy Fieri made sure he was taken care of. So it was really nice to see him on the show.
Oh my goodness. I had no idea about that. I would never have guessed that either.
No. The surgeons did a really great job. And that's my Top Chef baggage check.
That's I feel like I understand why it's a baggage check, but it's also uplifting to see the culinary community lift each other up and support each other. That's so sweet. That's so nice. And I'm so glad he's doing better. Oh my gosh, I had no idea there was all this complex lore beneath the I should have guessed since they're all Top Chef alumni. I should have guessed there's some complex lore, but I had no idea.
Yeah. Yep. So there was a quickfire challenge.
Yes, there was. Sometimes there's not.
It was a meat raffle, which again, I'm guessing much like the fish boil, you had never heard of.
No, I hadn't. I feel like the closest I've come to that in my experience in the Midwest is like going to an Amish livestock auction. And I don't think that's not the same, but that's like the closest I could get for it. I was like, I don't know what this is.
Well, it was a livestock auction. It's technically still a meat raffle, isn't it?
Technically, yeah. Well, sometimes they put horses up on the auction block, so I don't know. That might be a little controversial in the United States.
Fair. Not in Canada, though.
Not in Canada, yeah.
Yes, so there was a meat raffle. It was headed by 2-time James Beard Award winner Art Smith. He's actually been on Top Chef many times as a judge. Love to see him.
Oh, okay.
And in the raffle, Manny got first pick, so he picked wagyu, ribeye, and then Dan picked Chateaubriand, which I'm not sure. Are you familiar with that cut of meat?
I'm not. I know it's a French thing, but I'm not.
Same. Sounds fancy. I was like, okay, Chateaubriand.
Yeah, sure.
Michelle chose ground chicken, which I thought, whoa, okay. And Savannah chose corned beef, which all the chef testants also thought, oh boy, what are you going to do with that? Danny chose lamb and Sue chose luncheon meat. I got to say, it cracks me up whenever they use the general name for a product, but everyone knows. Well, I'm sure there are brands of luncheon meat out there that aren't Spam.
Right.
But it's Spam.
It's Spam. It's the most popular luncheon meat. And just because you take the label off the can doesn't mean we don't see the shape of it. We all know what a can of Spam looks like.
Exactly. I personally love Spam, but as you know, salt is a food group for me. So
That's true.
Spam, love it. So for this challenge, they had 30 minutes on the clock, and the prize for cooking your meat was $10,000. Very nice. So There were several dishes in the bottom, so they didn't do a bottom 3 or top 3. They did a bottom 4 and a top 2.
Yeah, they just parsed out everyone who was left. Bold move.
Yeah, they're like, only you two and the rest of y'all, bottom.
Oh, that's disheartening.
Right. I thought we would just focus on the 2 dishes that were in the bottom, that were also in the bottom. Well, not necessarily in the bottom of the elimination, but just 2 dishes. So Michelle with her ground chicken.
I know.
Hold on a second. I just realized I'm about to talk about Team M&M.
Team M&M. Yeah. I give you permission, of course.
How you don't walk out of the season having a multiple coronary, I don't know.
I don't know.
But here goes. I'm about to talk about your team, M&M. So Michelle, she made raw chicken nuggets.
I know.
Holy smokes, Michelle.
I know.
The idea, though, I did like the idea. Jerk chicken nugget, black bean puree, pickled mango salsa. That all sounded good.
That does sound good. It sounds like something Taco Bell would try to emanate, you know? It sounds like something they would be like, this is like the meal kind of thing. So, you know, you hit something if Taco Bell is like, if they would be picking on that.
And in my college days, I probably would have ordered that.
Oh, absolutely. Oh my gosh, yes.
And then Manny. Oh boy. Manny, who had first pick, Wagyu beef. Come on, Wagyu.
I know.
The most expensive beef in the world, to my understanding. And he chose to make an aguachile with it.
The return of the aguachile. The aguachile strikes back. Coming to a local Taco Bell near you.
Right. Wagyu ribeye aguachile. Would you eat your beef if it was drowned or drenched or soaked in pickle juice?
No. I don't think I would.
I love Team M&M. I really do. But holy smokes, Manny. What on earth were you thinking?
It's that thing, you know, in the last episode, how the judges were saying, you know, we see he does this thing, it's his signature thing, but does he do other things? And he was like, aguachile. Which, like, I mean, if it's good, but also, like, as we're seeing time and time again, it's Top Chef and they're expecting out of the box creative thinking to call back to Rossica, oh, dear Rossica, and her pretzel dessert. Like, that's out of the box. It's kind of crazy, kind of weird, but it works. So the aguachile can only go so far.
Oh my goodness. I think it was the 5th one this season.
The aguachile count.
I haven't been keeping track, but the scholars at Reddit Academy say it's the 5th.
I trust them.
I'm like, okay, if you say so.
Yeah.
So there was a top 2, a very surprising top 2, because they both had what many would consider the worst options.
Yeah.
Spam and corned beef.
Yeah, team canned meats.
Yes. So my man Sue made with his luncheon meat a Korean lunchbox, which sounded good. Again, I like salt, so no problems here. And then the winner, Savannah. I do like corned beef.
I do too.
I love corned beef hash. That's probably the only place I've actually had corned beef, actually. Where else do you eat corned beef besides in a hash?
I feel like there's corned beef sandwiches too. Like that's the meat in a Reuben, isn't it?
Oh, I love Reubens. Is it?
It is, right? I love Reubens. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well then, yes. I like corned beef in 2 varieties.
Yeah, nice.
Reubens and corned beef hash.
And obviously whatever it is that Savannah made, because I'm sure that tasted delicious.
Honestly, you know, our little sleeper Savannah here, there are so many of her dishes I would be willing to try. The mustard greens dessert that she did for Chaos.
Oh my gosh. That was an iconic moment from this season, if I can label it. Iconic.
Absolutely. And I would, with some nervousness, try the jelly cake.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
And I would definitely pony up for this corned beef. Crispy corned beef and beet salad with creme fraiche and pickled celery. That actually sounds good. What would you do in this situation if Art Smith, Oprah Winfrey's former personal chef, by the way?
Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Art Smith comes to you and says, I have a meat raffle for you, Quiche. What are you gonna do? What would Quiche do?
So for Art Smith, the fancy Santa Claus full of food knowledge, as Michelle put it, I would be following in Sue's footsteps here and picking a Spam variety. I'm sorry, luncheon meat. My bad. This Spam research right now was relatively recent. However, I've been so curious about trying Spam for years. And it's one of those foods that, like, I've always been like, I'm a little scared. Like, I feel like if I try it and it's like, to me, Spam feels mystical. It feels like it carries this ethos of magic and intrigue. Because you can make it into so many different things, and there's so many incredible dishes and flavors that can come with it. But at the same time, a lot of people are like, ah, spam, gross, because I mean it's wet canned meat, so
Mysterious wet meat.
oh, I don't, that's even worse. So I went through all the different types of spam that they have. And I've landed on maple flavored spam. So I'll be opting for that. So it is a seared slice of maple flavored spam in a lightly toasted croissant sandwich with a sunny side up egg, crispy bacon, and brushed with a cherry tomato bell pepper vodka sauce and some arugula for health.
Nice, a little touch of green.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna think I'm putting you on, but just the other day, I was at a local deli. It's called Call Your Mother, and I got a bagel, a breakfast bagel.
Ooh.
And this bagel had egg, there was something spicy, there was something sweet. And as a fan of salty sweet, and as a fan of spam, and I've never even heard of maple spam in my life.
I know, they must just sell it exclusively in Canada or something. Like,
And on a croissant, this actually sounds good to me.
thank you. Oh my goodness. When you were describing the bagel, because that's something I was thinking about in terms of flavor composition. I didn't want something that would just be aggressively sweet, especially if it's something that could be classified as a breakfast sandwich. Like, I feel like if it's on a croissant and it has bacon, it has an egg, it's a breakfast sandwich, right? So I wanted to make sure it had some more layers to it, some spice, and then like the sweetness can cut through some of the spice, but it's still there and it just kind of adds layers to it. So that's exactly what I was going for.
I have to say, they only had a top 2, top 3.
Oh, thanks. I might have squeaked my way in there a little bit. I don't know. It's definitely not
Maple spam.
maple spam. That might be like the winning factor of it though. And since I didn't contribute to that, I don't know if that would get me there. Obviously, not a professional cook, not a culinary artist as these people on Top Chef are, but I'm listening to like these things that they're making. And some weeks I feel like I might live up to it a little bit. I kind of lean into the fine dining sphere, but a lot of weeks, nope. It's just like something that I would like to eat. And I'm not necessarily like my taste palette is not built like high-speed dining, obviously. So
Look, you're competing against, no offense, well, you know what? Shade to Team M&M. You're competing against raw chicken
oh my gosh.
and beef soaked in pickle brine. Come on now.
I'll carry them. I'll carry them in this one. I'll do it. I'll do it for them.
You are carrying Team M&M on your shoulders.
I got you guys.
Did you have any tidbits for the quickfire?
Ooh, I do. I do have a tidbit. This is another thing for Sue, at the very beginning. This brings me back. We were talking about, you were explaining to me the texture of, what was that food that I didn't like the idea of during the dinner club?
Oh.
The supper club.
Pate, mousse, chicken liver mousse, foie gras.
Yeah, that. How I didn't like the idea of that. And you were like, oh, it's kind of the texture of a PB&J. And I was like, I don't like PB&J. But that may change soon because Sue does a 2-to-1 ratio of peanut butter to jelly in his PB&J sandwiches. And I might just take that into my regular life. I don't know if that would, because the jelly part just, I don't really vibe with, but I really vibe with the peanut butter part. So I'm wondering if like a ratio that leans in favor of peanut butter might taste better. So I might start making Sue's peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
If you do this, I definitely want to hear your thoughts. For sure.
Well, I have to do it now. I will do it.
So that was going to be one of my tips. I actually rewound that. What is he doing? 2-to-1? I couldn't figure out what was the 2-to-1 though, if it was the peanut butter or the jelly. So apparently it was the peanut butter. The
2 bread to 1 jelly and 1 peanut butter.
Now me, on the other hand, it'd probably be 2-to-1 jelly to peanut butter. Get all the jelly on there.
Oh, okay. Maybe the goal this week for us in our culinary exploration is to try one of each. So half the sandwich is a 2-to-1 with jelly in favor, and the other half is a 2-to-1 with peanut butter in favor. See how those taste?
Ooh, potential. Okay, all right. I still have peanut butter from our
Oh, perfect.
pickles and peanut butter. So
Pickles and peanut butter.
get some jelly.
Mhm.
All right. So there was an elimination challenge.
There was an elimination challenge, yeah. Very eventful elimination challenge.
Oh boy. There's this thing called a fish boil, which never in my life, never ever have I.
Where in Wisconsin are they finding these traditions? I'm so curious.
Door County, apparently. Cherries and fish boils.
I guess so. Maybe they just have like, maybe that's like an area of just very, like a very dense area of culinary tradition, I guess.
So, Chef Destin's had to do a fish boil for 100 diners, along with Art Smith and 6 returning Chef Destins from previous seasons of Top Chef, which we talked about in the intro. And they were all provided with the same white fish, and it had to be served with 2 sides. Now, this is a little bit of a sneaky note of dank.
Ooh, okay. Okay. Sneak it in there.
Yes. It comes from the scholars at Reddit Academy.
Yay.
And apparently, what they actually use for their fish boils is lake trout. It's actually a fattier fish. It's really super fatty. So with your fattier fishes like Chilean sea bass, lake trout, it's really hard to dry them out. And so that's why lake trout is ideal for boiling a fish, which, like Dan said, you would never boil a fish. Lake trout can stand up to that because it's super fatty. And then the whole point of the kerosene is that fat that comes out of the fish, they were calling it the scum in the show. So that comes up as you're boiling the fish for that 8 minutes, and then you come by with the kerosene. The kerosene is supposed to make it boil over, and then all that fat, or the scum as they were calling it, which is, I don't know if you really want to hear scum when you're talking about food, but you know.
Yeah. Not the most appetizing.
Yeah, the scum comes out because it boils over and it comes out when you throw on the kerosene. So everyone in Reddit was kind of flabbergasted or maybe confused or baffled as to why they were using whitefish, which is incredibly lean, which you would not ever boil because the chances of it coming out bad are really high. And so the question is, why would they give these chef testants this kind of bizarre handicap? Like, did they not have enough lake trout to give them? It really kind of set the chef testants up to fail. I'm not saying the people who are on the bottom shouldn't have been on the bottom, but
sabotage.
Sabotage? Because even when they had the demo for when Torch gave them the demo before the challenge.
Oh my god. Torch. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Stud.
Torch. Dude, is that your real name? Because that's great.
That's hilarious. It's so in character.
I like how on the screen they just put up his name, Torch.
Torch. One name. Doesn't need any other introduction. Like Rihanna, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
One name.
Rihanna, Beyonce, Torch.
Torch.
Yes. So even when he did the demo, they did a cut over to Dan, who mumbled, "It's still dry." Because whitefish you would never use in a fish. So I don't understand why they gave them, look, this is what the Lords of Reddit said. Maybe they're wrong, but they're all saying that what you're supposed to use is super fatty lake trout. Because guess what? It comes out moist no matter what you do to it. And also, it's the reason for the scum that needs to be burned off. So, or boiled off.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I wasn't, and I know they weren't getting shots into the pots that they were cooking in after everything boiled and everything, and it was like really steaming. It would be hard to get those shots. But I feel like I wasn't seeing anything boil over in any of the times that they fired those pots.
Correct. And I actually went back and I rewound. I was like looking for the air quotes scum. I didn't see any scum in anyone's pots, and also none of them boiled over. Apparently on Watch What Happens Live, which is this after the show talk show on Bravo, and which I did not watch because they don't typically talk about Top Chef, not always. And Kristen said on that show, she said none of the chef testants had their pots at a boil, so that's why none of them actually boiled over. Like not a single one. You were supposed to have it.
But that's the point of the fish boil.
Right, it's supposed to boil for 8 minutes. Apparently, none of them actually boiled their fish, got it to temperature where it boiled. So when he threw the kerosene on, not a single one boiled over because none of them were already boiling. And then none of them had any scum either because it was whitefish, not lake trout that they used. It was very, very bizarre. Just bizarre. I'm just wondering if there was a lake trout shortage or something.
Maybe everyone was doing their fish boils that weekend. I don't know.
Okay.
I feel like that because if it happened to all of them, is that a chef issue or is that a production issue? Because
I want to say I feel like that's a production issue.
Because I feel like out of 6, if they all had the ability to get the material to where it needed needed to be in that amount of time, at least one of them would have had like a proper boil going on. Like they're chefs, they know how to do that.
Exactly.
Doesn't that change the composition of the dish? Like,
Yes.
you know, you're not cooking it at that temperature that it's meant to be at, as well as not having the type of fish that it's meant to be.
Yes. And so, for example, I'm not saying that Sue
Sabotage.
was handicapped unfairly because they all had the same white fish and none of them got hot enough to a boil, but his corn was raw. So who knows what happened in the background, but something felt a little off with this challenge. I feel like the chef testants maybe got a raw deal on this one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a really good one. I don't know if you caught that, but that was an excellent play on words there.
I'm going to pretend that was intentional.
Nice. You're too smart for your own good.
But also, I went back and looked at the challenges they've done for when it's down to the top 6. And typically what they have them do are challenges such as make a dish inspired by your mentor, make a dish inspired by your journey on Top Chef, make a dish inspired by the region for a charity gala, make a creative dish using tofu. You know, so they do give them handicaps, but this particular challenge felt kind of off for top 6. It felt like more of a challenge that should have been maybe the first or second episode. But what kind of cooking was actually demanded, or creativity? How creative could the chefs really get? You're boiling food for 8 minutes. That's the challenge.
That's true.
Like the plates of food that came out, they really weren't that pretty. To put it kindly. And then they all just had to make 2 sides. I felt like I was at a picnic. And so to me, it was like, this should be an episode 1 challenge. Like, here's a regional thing, make 2 sides and then boil, and everything has to be boiled. This is wild to me that in the top 6, this was their challenge. That's my note of Dank.
Just some thoughts, just putting them out there.
Yeah, so I sidebar a little bit with that note of Dank. So back on track now. So the twist with this challenge was that the chef testants didn't get to shop for themselves. The All-Stars shopped for them. The All-Stars had to draw knives, except for Savannah, because she won the elimination last week. Apparently, she won an advantage, and her advantage this week was she got to pick her chef, and she picked Shota, which made sense because M. Tempura is a Japanese restaurant, so Savannah has a deep Japanese background, so she chose Shota. That made sense. And this All-Stars had $500 in 30 minutes at Whole Foods, and then the chef testants had 2.5 hours to cook and prep before meal service. The pairings of the chefs were Shota and Savannah. Gregory, he was Top Chef Portland. He got Sue. May, who won her season in Boston, she was with Manny. And also, May had really good advice for Manny. I got to say, Manny, with your store-bought tortillas, when May specifically bought you masa so you could make homemade tortillas, and he made a dip, and May said, that is not a side dish. And he said, yes, it is. And she said, no, it's not. And he still did it anyway. He did chips and dip.
He was scared. He was having war flashbacks to take it cheesy. You could tell.
Store-bought chips and dip were his side dish, and he didn't get eliminated. But anyway, moving on. Sara, who Top Chef Kentucky, she was also World All-Stars. She got Michelle. And then Justin, Danny, good pairing there. And then Jeremy, who won his season in California, he got Dan. And I'll go into more a little bit later, but I really feel Sue got let down by Gregory. Even though I love Gregory, I feel like Sue got let down in the shop there. So anyway, the winning dish was made by our man Danny. And I know it wasn't just carrots, but once again, he wins.
But it was.
Once again. Well, he won because he was the only one who thought to brine his fish. And again, I have to say, if they had been given lake trout, that would not have been necessary. But given that they were not given lake trout, they were given a dry whitefish. Honestly, I don't want to ding all the chef testants because I'm not a chef and I would have made the same mistakes or worse. Yeah, I would have just said, no, I'm out. No, I'm out.
No, thank you. I'm going to go sit by the lake and enjoy the sun. Okay, you guys can do that. I'm fine.
Thank you. But given that they were all given dry whitefish, they should have all thought to brine their fish. Just again, this is from the scholars at Reddit Academy, not from me. But I agree with them once they made the point. But that is why he won. He won because he thought, okay, they're giving us dry whitefish. Let me brine this. So he brined, and that is why he didn't just win because of his carrots.
Even though he's got that history with those carrots.
Yes, he does. That carrot cookbook is coming, you know it.
Oh, yeah.
So he made a sofrito boil, salsa verde, carrot slaw, and then they loved his French bean and bonito salad. Like, they love this salad. Look, salads typically on Top Chef, they don't get a lot of love because chefs, the judges are like, okay, yeah, you made a salad. It was good. You didn't mess it up. We're not going to rave about a salad.
Oh, okay.
You know, he did a great salad. The level that they are raving was like, wow, wow. Although I will say, I do remember there was a time when I went to eat at a restaurant called St. Anselm. And it was actually headed by one of the former chef testants from Top Chef, Margie. And she was in Top Chef California along with the winner, Jeremy, who was on this episode. And I was at a restaurant and it was a wintergreen salad. And, you know, because I like to have salad with my dinner. I wasn't expecting anything. I was just expecting a salad. I remember taking a bite and thinking, this is the most amazing. This salad's incredible. Like, I was so impressed.
Ooh.
You don't often walk away and go, I got to tell people about a salad. If I hadn't had that experience, I would have been a little bit like, okay, it's a salad, but I get it. If you get a salad that really stands out, you'll remember it because you don't typically remember a salad, do you?
Not really, no. Okay. That's good to I mean that makes sense. That makes sense then, yeah.
I remember the salad from St. Anselm. Because everyone does seasonal cooking, they change their menus all the time. I've never had it since.
Oh no. It's like you yearn for it. You see it in the distance, but it's a mirage. You will never get to it again.
So good. And I've had many good salads since, but yeah, I remember it's like, that's the first time I can remember thinking, I'm going to remember this salad. And indeed,
Wow.
years later, I have remembered this salad.
Man, I can't wait for my salad moment. I want to have one of those.
And then the chef testant who got sent to LCK, my chef testant,
No.
tears, Sue, back to LCK with this pineapple.
Back to his beginnings.
Full circle. Pineapple curry fish boil, fish sauce beurre blanc, twice cooked potatoes, crispy corn, miso slaw. Oh, it's raw corn. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, they call this slaw sawdust.
That's so mean. I'm sorry.
When they said Alicia's aguachile was first-year culinary student, I thought that was mean. But all guns blazing on Sue. Sawdust.
Yeah, jeez. Something about being out in the sun and on the beach got them feeling spicy in their feedback.
Real spicy. Oh my gosh. Somehow it was both sawdust and mushy. Like, how do you achieve that? Sue, what happened?
I don't know. I mean, I gotta say the pineapple curry part of it sounds really nice. That sounds delicious.
It does. And actually, his fish was one of the few that was cooked nicely. So he actually managed to cook his fish nicely. And the pineapple butter sauce.
Ooh, yeah.
Remember how I said, rub me in pho butter and roast me?
New butter dropped. I want that one instead.
Yes, that's that. The guests at this dinner or at this beach event were toasting with his butter sauce.
And that's how you know you did it right. They're like, I'm willing to drink butter. I'm willing to just eat this on its own. Then you really did something right there.
Yeah. Like butters again is one of those things that it's probably like a salad. It's like, okay, you made a butter. But I mean, I will say last season, Boodalo, who ended up winning a season for Restaurant Wars, he made a butter. It was in the shape of a rose. It had crispy bits of ham in it.
Oh.
Everyone was in love with this butter.
That sounds really good.
Yeah. So when you make a good butter, they do remember. And then I touched on this a little bit. I do feel that Sue got a little bit of the short end of the stick with Gregory doing his shop because Gregory did not buy him curry paste. He bought him curry powder, which is not the same thing. He didn't get him his fennel. And so Sue was a little bit handicapped. I'm not saying that Sue would have done better, but he was a little bit handicapped by the shop.
I mean, Michelle was talking in I'll call it their community hours, saying like, whose side are they on? Are they gonna get us what we want and what we need, or are they gonna go off book? And it seems like some of them really went all in and they were like, I'm gonna follow whatever this chef wants and do whatever I can to support that vision. But then it seems like some of them had more of their own ideas and they were willing to play on those a little bit more. And whether that helped or hindered the chef testant in this season of Top Chef, that's to be seen in the judging.
Yeah. And to be fair to Gregory, he did say that Sue was all over the place
Mm-hmm.
and didn't necessarily have a clear idea. So maybe this, maybe that, but
Maybe a little both, yeah.
And then, we got to talk about Savannah.
Oh my gosh. I thought this show was stressful up until this point. I know a new level of visceral stress from this episode. Oh my gosh. First of all, holy, she is so strong. And I'm wondering, like, how much of it is, like, shock and adrenaline that are just, like, keeping her running through that? I think she did incredibly well for what happened. And I'm just gonna say it. At one point, Kristen was saying, oh, like, yeah, she cut her hand, but, like, you should be able to recover from that. Kristen, did you see the footage? That was not a cut. That was a deep wound stab. I'm sorry. You could not call her out for that. She had to go to urgent care. Like, Kristen's great, but some context for that injury may have been needed for just some informational context of her comments. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So there have been injuries in Top Chef because, hey, kitchen, fire, knives, injuries are going to happen.
Culinary terror will happen.
The pasta press will drop on you.
It will.
And it will hurt.
It will concuss you.
And possibly draw blood. A lot of blood.
Yeah, you never know.
So it was interesting to see the evolution of injuries on Top Chef because in this case, yes, she sucked it up, but also she went to urgent care and no one gave her any crap about it.
Right. People were asking, like, are you okay? And I appreciated that. I appreciate that they weren't just like, oh, it's just a part of the challenge. You're going to get hurt. It's like, no.
But you got a little whiff of it from Kristen, right? And she won, season 10 of Top Chef.
A little bit. I mean, she is of the old blood of Top Chef, being a former competitor. So that does make sense. I guess I'm seeing maybe a little bit of a kinder side of Top Chef since they've progressed through the seasons. I appreciate that. I do. I like seeing that these chefs care for each other. And more so, I like seeing that the judges are invested in them and they do care about their personal health and well-being to a certain extent. Like, yes, I understand your judges, this is a competition and they are contestants, but they're still people standing in front of you. And I appreciate that we're seeing a little bit of that, whereas that might not have been the case in the past.
Yeah. And I will also say, no shade on Savannah, since, spoiler alert, I may have to pick her later. I don't know that her dish would have been a success anyway, because she deboned it. Her plan was to debone it before boiling, which, as we saw, caused the fish to disintegrate because there was no structure to it. And then also, her tofu, nothing about her dish worked. I don't know necessarily that it would have worked anyway if she hadn't injured herself.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And it's sad that that's the thing that she got injured on when that was the thing that all the other chefs were foregoing and just doing after it was cooked.
And so this brings us to my note of Dank.
Okay.
Manny with his Mexican boil, his store-bought chips and guacamole dip, and his rice with corn and chipotle lime butter. So he basically made a dish that many people, the scholars at Reddit, said that they could make in their sleep as well.
Oh, okay. Jeez.
I thought to myself, well, minus the Mexican boil, I could also buy chips and dip at the store, and I can also make rice and corn at home. So I too could make this dish.
It's fair.
Minus the fish boil.
Minus that. That might be a little more involved.
Right. Getting the kerosene and all that. Yeah.
Finding torch to light it on fire. Yeah, that'd be rough.
Now, if we had torch, I could potentially execute this dish. Go buy some chips and dip and make white rice with corn. I think you could do this. You definitely could do this.
Ideally, at this point in my life, hopefully I can do this. I think you could do it too.
Yeah. I like rice. I cook it all the time. So I'm fairly confident I could do this dish, Manny. Why are you doing this?
Chipotle lime butter sounds good. And I imagine that probably would taste good on some well-cooked brined fish, I guess. But yeah, it was a little rough.
Manny, May bought you masa, and she said, don't make a dip.
I mean, I can't speak to the validity of this, but Manny said that guacamole is not considered a side where he's from. So, like, in his culture, I guess, I don't know, maybe culturally that's different. But I guess since you're in Wisconsin, you gotta play by fish boil rules this time, and it counts as a dip, not a side? I don't know.
No idea. All I know is that over the years, I didn't look this up, but anytime a chef testant has made a guacamole for a dish, they've been raked over the coals.
Are you serious?
Right, because it's guacamole. I can make a guacamole. You can make a guacamole.
It's hard to mess up, yes, but you can make a good guacamole. So for me, I feel like that would fit in the salad conversation of like, it's hard to mess this up, so why are people being eviscerated for it? Why?
Just saying. And we're going to ease on in from the note of Dank into the Quickfire Effect, which is really just going to be an extended note of Dank. I realized your team M&M is taking a beating here, but they're still there.
They are. That's true. They've been hanging in there.
Yes. So Quiche, you're on the judges panel. Please explain to me, please. And I am biased because my man Sue went home, but please explain to me how Sue got sent home when he was in the top of the Quickfire along with Savannah. Yet Manny, who is in the bottom of both the Quickfire and the Elimination, remember, He pickled his wagyu beef. Let's not forget this. How did Manny get to stay and how did Sue get sent home?
I'm not gonna lie, that kind of confused me. When I believe Tom said that your quickfire results may come into consideration in this elimination. And I heard that caveat. I was like, it's not necessarily going to. It might. I was like, what does that mean? I feel like Savannah and Sue had a really incredible quickfire round, like taking the meats that nobody wanted, like the last choice meats, and turning them into something that was, like I said, like a really good dish. And then, yeah, to turn around and say that Savannah gets by because of her quickfire dish, but Sue doesn't get by because of his quickfire dish. But then Manny, who didn't come out on top during the quickfire, didn't come out on top for elimination, gets. Yeah, no, I can't explain that to you because I was confused about that too. That didn't make any sense to me.
I was originally excited when they were going to have the quickfires have impact. But this so arbitrary. It made no sense to me. I was very confused.
Yeah.
Because you're taking meat that most people consider inedible to terrifying and don't even want to touch it. They come out in the top two. Manny pickled his wagyu beef. Wagyu beef being the most expensive beef. He pickled it. That's what he did. He dropped it in pickle juice. Deep breaths. So that was the quickfire effect. He got to stay even though he wasn't in the top of the quickfire. How did he get to stay?
It's curious. I can't exactly explain. I mean, I'm sure the judges had some sort of reasoning for it, like they must have. Maybe that's something that got cut in editing. I don't know.
Well, that's a little brief sidebar. I actually had to rewind the judges table because I thought I missed it, and then I realized I didn't. They literally, at judges table, they had one comment per chef testant, and then they sent them back to the stew room. In the olden days, judges table, they would actually give full-on critiques, and I imagine that they did. I just don't understand why they're showing us so little.
Aren't the episodes supposed to be longer this season?
Correct.
Wouldn't there be space for that?
15 minutes longer. And yet, we didn't get to see behind the scenes of the teams planning Restaurant Wars. We hardly get to see them cooking. We barely get to see judges' table. You know that there had to be a much longer judges' table than, in fact, each was barely a complete thought. I rewound it and I was like, oh, wait a minute, they're done already. They had one incomplete thought per chef testant. There were 4 judges at that table, and really? 1 sentence per chef testant, and then back to stew room. I was baffled. I'm confused. We have 15 more minutes. Where is that time going? What did it go to so we could watch torch, kerosene, 6 pots that never boiled over?
While entertaining, I would prefer to hear a little bit more about what the dishes were and maybe why certain outcomes happened. Yeah, I feel like I'm curious about that. I'd like to know.
Yeah. Everything I'm learning about food this season, I'm having to look up separately, but I'm not learning anything about flavor profiles. I'm not learning anything about culinary techniques. Nothing.
No. Do you typically get that in?
You get a lot of information from Judges Table. You get a lot. You typically do.
So do you feel like it's falling more in line with like other traditional food competition, television show style judging where it's like the soundbite that's gonna capture people's attention and then that's it? It doesn't get into the nitty gritty of like the culinary world. Do you feel like it's going more in that direction? Because that also might be a producer thing.
Sure. I mean, if those sound bites were compelling, but can you remember anything the judges have ever said? I can't. Well, the mean things taste like sawdust.
The mean things you tend to, those stick with you. Wish it was the nice things.
Yeah, and they do say nice things. We don't get to hear those either, apparently.
Yeah.
So I listened to the Ringer podcast again, and they chimed in again. So they chimed in after episode 6, and their quote from that after episode 6 was, "Is this season in crisis?" Their quote after this episode is, "This season is bordering on disastrous."
Oh, disastrous. Jeez, okay.
They too were flummoxed by the judging. They were completely baffled by the judging. They were also baffled by this choice of challenge this late in the season. This really should have been an early on episode 1 or 2 challenge, right?
Like around the supper club kind of vibe, yeah.
Yeah. And also many people have pointed out that Supper Club should have been Restaurant Wars. That would have been a much more compelling Restaurant Wars.
That would have made sense. That would have made a lot of sense.
So there's just a lot of baffling production decisions, and the watches, they've just thrown their hands up. What is going on? There's only been 2 episodes that ring back to what Top Chef used to be like, and that would be The High Life and The Good Land. And every other episode has been, we're not going to show you anything, we're not going to tell you anything, and the judging is going to be completely capricious and inscrutable.
Dang. Man, I had no idea that like Like I understand bits and pieces from what you tell me about how Top Chef used to be function and how it was structured. As things are more compressed and there is more tension and less contestants, I'm starting to see those nuances a little bit more, I guess. Because like, earlier on it's easier to be like, oh, well, you're not getting a ton of culinary information because there's so many chefs to deal with. There's like a constant flow of information. But now that there's less chefs, but the same amount of time, yeah, it's like, where's that time going? What information have you supplemented it with?
Yeah, and early on in the seasons, they'd have a top 3 or 4 and a bottom 3 or 4. So you may not maybe remember all the chef testants, but you would still learn a lot in those feedback sessions where you're the top 4, this is what you did well. You're in the bottom 3 or 4, this is what didn't quite go well. So you would still learn a lot. Just imagine if every episode had been more like Good Land and High Life. How much more would you have learned?
A good amount, probably.
It is a cooking show after all.
That's true.
It is a cooking show. So I'm weighing you down with stealth bag after stealth bag. I'm sneaking on this Top Chef baggage check.
You're like, these are light bags, but there's actually really heavy weights in them. They're small. You just don't expect it.
Smuggle it onto the plane. Yeah, I feel bad.
Like, ma'am, what do you have in this bag? Oh, it's just a 50-pound kettlebell. That's okay, right? My handbag in my little Gucci clutch. It's just a big weight. That's fine.
I feel so bad weighing you down with this baggage.
No, don't. It's the experience of watching the show. I mean, it's natural that as a show progresses, you come to know it more and more, understand it more and more, and see things from a new perspective with the information that you already have. So you're doing no such thing as making me enjoy this less. I'm still enjoying it. I'm just a little confused sometimes.
Right. Like, imagine this episode if it had been create a dish inspired by the region.
That I feel like that would have come up with some really, really wonderful dishes.
Instead, it was boil a fish for 8 minutes.
But it wasn't boiled.
No, correct.
Do they have any more, I know you said restaurant wars, it's like they always have a restaurant wars. Are there any other challenges that it's like, this is a set thing? Like they always have
No, restaurant wars is the only one.
I'm curious about what they're going to do for the next episodes then.
We shall see. Hopefully they have them actually cooking.
Ideally.
So Team M&M continues to hang on by their fingernails, and Team Danny Sue is no more. And well, I guess I just not a whole lot of suspense. I already ruined the suspense and mystery. I'm taking Savannah.
You have to. And you know what? She's a gem. She's a gem.
She is. Yeah, she's a sleeper. She's really coming on strong these last episodes. I'm taking Savannah. It's now going to be Danny and Savannah's on my team, and you've got Team M&M still. Team M&M.
They're pulling. They're in there
all the time. All the
I know. They're living on the edge.
The knife's edge, quite literally.
So truly, yeah. Oh my gosh. I like your team though. I feel like you got, and you know what? With you having Savannah on your team and Michelle on my team, and they're buddies, so it's like cute.
Now let's put them in a ring and make them box.
Oh my gosh. With their food. Now, do you have any tidbits from this elimination challenge?
I have a few. So Justin, when he was shot for Danny, and he got him a bath bomb, and he got himself a candle.
Iconic. He was like, this is courtesy of Danny. It's like, nice.
Loved it. Gregory got my man Sue corn nuts.
Yes, on the corn nuts.
Love them. Or excuse me, roasted corn kernels. Is that what they're supposed to?
Oh yes, yeah. Roasted corn kernels.
Yeah, right. Luncheon meat and roasted corn kernels. Right, we don't do.
Yes, naturally. Mm-hmm.
Naturally, yeah. Naturally occurring roasted corn kernels.
Yes.
And I actually missed this, but thanks to the scholars at Reddit Academy, did you notice Sue's tattoo?
No. I mean, I noticed he has a tattoo, at least one, but I did not notice. What is it? Tell me.
Apparently on his right forearm, and I'm going to have to go back and Zapruder watch the episode now because I totally missed it. You know Morton Salt?
Yes.
You know the girl with the on the iconic girl?
Yes.
He has that girl tattooed on his arm.
Oh my gosh. This man is a diehard chef. He is the culinary world. Oh my goodness.
So much. I'm going to pour out some salt later for my man, Sue. Sue, I love you so much.
Yeah, honestly. Oh my gosh. Hey, and that's perfect for you. You love salt. Look at that.
Right? Kindred spirit.
Look at that. He's He's got the salt girl, the tattoo, the Morton girl, and then you're a big fan of salt as a food group. It was perfect. It was perfect.
From just knowing his background, knowing that he walked away from a Michelin-starred restaurant, hero.
Yeah.
I'm going to track you down and try your food. I want to have that corn dog.
Oh my gosh, I was just thinking about that. Stop. Yeah, that looks so good.
Maybe not this dish, Sue, but your other dishes I want to try.
I mean, how much boiled fish do you really want to consume?
Zero. I'm going to say zero. I'm going to zero. Sorry, Wisconsin. Zero.
Yeah. I mean, from in my Midwestern experience, it's always fried. That's the way that we do it. You know, like that's where we're at with it.
Yeah, look, they do fish fries in Wisconsin, and the scholars at Reddit Academy were baffled as to why they didn't do a fish fry. That would have been amazing for 100 guests.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Let's do a fish fry. Yum.
That would have been incredible. Oh my gosh.
Serve some Miller High Life with that. We're talking.
Yeah, but you couldn't have had Torch in there. We wouldn't have had Torch.
Right.
We need Torch.
Because kerosene flavored food is what you need in the top 6. Yeah.
What better way to enjoy Lake Michigan?
Though they did the first one and the plume of black smoke went right over the other Chef Teston's cooking.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I felt so bad for them. I was like, no. That can't be comfortable. That can't be comfortable to breathe in.
Did you have any tidbits for the elimination?
I do. So I liked Manny taking notes on his hand. That reminded me of my college days when I would geniusly forget a notebook. I would always take notes on my hand. And I liked a quote from Danny. It was just so funny to me. He said, "There's sand in my Jordans right now."
Yes.
I thought that was so good. I was like, yeah, I bet there is.
Of course, forever quoting the Reddit scholars. They said, your New York is showing, Danny.
Your New York is showing. Oh my goodness. I love that. Well, it is now time for snack time with High Speed Dining. So we'd like to welcome him back to the table. We would like to welcome High Speed Dining back for another segment of Snack Time.
Woohoo! The best part of your show has arrived. Yes, I'm so glad to be here.
The dessert of the show.
Oh, yeah, the dessert of the show. I'm the sweets. Well, nice. You guys are very sweet too, so it's a pleasure to be here. I'm ready to talk food and my stories about my travels and who knows whatever else is going to come along. So
Yeah. Oh, we're the sweets, you're the meat. So, High Speed Dining. Do you have a best bite to share with us for this week?
it was an interesting episode, and this brought me back to a lobster boil I had back when I was in New Hampshire on Lake Winnipesaukee. And I found a nice little local place that did their lobster boils, and I went for it. I mean, when you're on a lake, that's what you do, right?
Yeah.
That is true.
Seems to be the thing. So I did a nice lobster boil, a 2-pound lobster. Now, it came with your standard typical sides, corn on the cob, coleslaw, potato salad. We didn't see a lot of the standard stuff this week, though, did we, in the episode?
No.
No.
I have to admit, my lobster may not have been the greatest thing. I'm on the boat as Dan, the same boat. He's not the biggest fan of these types of boils, is he?
No.
No, he made his stance pretty clear.
I'll say there are a couple of boils I do like. Shrimp and crab. You know, those work out really well. You just grab yourself some Old Bay, you get that pot all filled up, and boom, you're in business.
True.
Old Bay is such a standard. I'm reading the instructions right now, and while they say it's good on burgers and chicken and seafood and wings and pasta, and they also say it's good on everything. How many foods are good on everything?
Would Old Bay be good on a PB&J?
Would Old Bay be good on a PB&J? Oh no, I think I know what else we're gonna do this week.
PB&J Old Bay. There we go.
It's got a ring to it, I'm not gonna lie. That actually does sound pretty fun.
I'll give it a shot. I mean, and so, I just think it's really hard to do these boils and make them work out well. And you can make fine food, but it's hard to make fine dining food, in a big pot.
Yeah, boil it for 8 minutes and produce a fine dining dish. Go.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was pretty wild, but I found it really strange to work on fire there. Cooking with fire and then throwing kerosene on it.
Yeah.
Go Torch.
Torch. It seemed incredibly dangerous.
You only see that outside. I see a lot of grills in restaurants or the hearth. You never see them take a container of kerosene and just throw it in.
You haven't seen someone do that in a pizza oven?
No, no.
Yeah, right? Kerosene pizza. No. Seeing all that black smoke over it really just, I don't know, it just reminded me of Vietnam. All just burning.
Oh my gosh.
All the burning and...
Top Chef Apocalypse Now edition.
Right?
A Top Chef Apocalypse Now. It definitely had to occur outside, that's for sure. I don't think you couldn't have gotten away with fire safety doing that in a kitchen.
Just see some military helicopters hovering overhead.
The building is burning down. No, it's not. We're just doing a fish boil inside. Like, why?
That's the best bite of the week. I mean, honestly, like I said, it wasn't the greatest bite I've ever had.
Yeah, sounds like it's pretty accurate for what happened this week too, actually.
This week with Manny in the Quickfire Challenge with the meat round, what did you guys think of that real quick?
I gotta ask you, you've had a lot of Wagyu beef in your life. Would you enjoy your Wagyu beef if it was dropped into pickle juice and served to you?
I don't think any kind of beef in a big liquid plate works unless it is a hot pot or something to that effect. So when I saw him doing a Wagyu beef just with like a ton of juice and sauce and things like that, done like a ceviche or however he did it, it's out of the gate. I'm just like, that's not a steak sauce. A steak sauce is something thick and rich and flavorful rather than just that threw me off. Yeah. And that just didn't seem like the right way to handle the Wagyu beef for sure. What I was hoping they were going to do this week was almost like a Brazilian steakhouse type of a thing. There were so many different meats. I would have loved to see everyone just try and grill their meat or just cook it in a way and just have it on a skewer and go up to the judge's table and their plate and just slice off pieces of meat. That to me would have been fun. I mean, there would have been real value in choosing first and then getting stuck last because who
Thinking
really...
about the luncheon meat.
Yeah, the Spam. Come over and slice off a piece of Spam.
Please enjoy.
I would love that at a Brazilian steakhouse. Your Spam, sir, or here's your grilled slice of salami or
corned beef.
Yeah, so that would have been really interesting. But Manny had the very first choice, and he had one of the worst foods.
Yeah, it was a little befuddling. Okay, so you've had a lot of Wagyu beef. What are some of the more creative or interesting Wagyu beef dishes that you've had? Because you've had a lot.
Well, in general, the great restaurants almost prepare it as simply as possible. I mean, this is the greatest meat you're going to find. You don't have to get crazy with it. You just need to prepare it expertly, and it's going to be delicious. Give yourself a great sauce, which always works well, but then just cook it well, season it, your salt, pepper, however you do it. And it's usually done close to very rare and super basic. You could say the same thing about Manny. It's just like, don't get too fancy when you've got fancy meat. Just let it speak for itself. Do it right. Stick to the basics. And
Wagyu and pickle juice.
yeah, I saw that. And it was just, no siree.
What was he thinking?
You guys just get attracted to the fire. It's just, ooh, flames. I mean, it's fireworks in a kitchen, even though the kitchen was on a beach.
It's flashy for sure. It did. I will admit, I kind of wanted to be there and witness Torch and his activities on the coast of beautiful Lake Michigan. So I do feel that.
He was into it. Torch was into it.
He was.
I think most boys as kids are pyromaniacs, and plenty of girls too. I think everybody just loves fire, and this was a really cool way to bring fire into the mix.
Well, true. Yeah, because fire is arguably the first human tool. So yeah, we're all a little bit drawn to fire.
I've been called a tool plenty of times in my life. And
What? Oh my gosh.
All right, so we're down to the top 6. So let's revisit a question from early on in the season. Mission to Mars, high-speed dining. Mission to Mars. You've got Danny, Dan, Michelle, Savannah, Manny. Who's left? Did I say all 6? Am I missing somebody?
Well, there's...
Oh, Sue got sent home, so you can't pick Sue.
Yeah. So it's the top 5.
Now, there's a whole mission. There's a whole bunch of people there. Okay, so if you need companionship, there will be companionship on this mission to Mars. Which of the top 5 chef testants are you taking on this mission to Mars to cook?
So now that I've actually been following along, I've seen everyone's skills, their creativity, what they do, I would go with Danny. I think he really has that creative edge over a lot of other people. He really seems to take food to another level and does some wild things that I don't think other people think of. And knowing that he works with a 2 Michelin star, and a 1 Michelin star restaurant. I think he's really pulling a lot of rabbits out of his hat. And I think he would be able to handle this, the Mission to Mars pantry, let's just say.
Good pick. Good pick. Quiche?
Ooh, not my answer, but I'm a big fan of what Savannah's doing, but I feel like being on Mars for a prolonged amount of time, I would be homesick. I'd be nostalgic and I'd really be craving that comfort food. So obviously it brings me back to my pairing. If Michelle would agree to go with me to Mars, I would love to take her along and get to experience those slow roasted, the pitmaster style on Mars. I wonder how the atmosphere would affect that.
Oh,
I wonder how that might shift things. I don't know. I'm still I'll go with Michelle.
she may not be able to barbecue, but okay.
Everything's already on fire.
Right? The lava pitmaster. Right?
Ooh.
Good choice, Quiche. Lava pitmaster, Michelle.
Yeah, I didn't even think that far into it, so high-speed dining's picking up my slack. How about you, Gnocchi?
Well, out of this let's pretend it's top 6.
Okay.
Pretending it was still a top 6, I would take Sue. French fry corn dogs forever.
Oh, yeah.
And I can imagine those would travel well. Those are basically an MRE.
That's true.
All right, guys, I've got a big boil to go do right now. I've got a big boil to do, so I'm going to go. Do you want to guess what I'm boiling, what I'm making?
Peanut butter and jelly.
Peppermint tea. Got to boil some water.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
going to make some tea.
Okay, yeah, tea. That's a good boil. That's a comforting boil.
That's as far as I go in my kitchen.
All right.
Have a great week. We'll see you next week. And don't get fired, Danny. Don't get kicked off. Or Dan. Ooh.
All right, that was Snack Time with High Speed Dining.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us, High Speed Dining, and we will see you next time. Woo-hoo! Well, I think we've said just about all that can be said about this last episode, have we not, Gnocchi?
Ah, yes. With my apologies. So sorry.
Oh, no. I mean, it was a doozy. It was a journey and a half. I was maybe breathing a little bit too much when the stabbing incident with Savannah happened. I was so worried. Oh my goodness. And yet they still all persist. Through all of it. Like, they're there for a reason. It's so clear. I'm so excited for the next episode.
Oh, the next episode, apparently, they're going to be plating on a table.
Ooh.
Does this remind you potentially of, I don't know, chaos cuisine, perchance?
Yeah. No, we talked about this.
I believe I sent you the video of Alinia's ice cream sundae that they plate on a table.
Yes. Yeah, I saw that.
As an example of chaos cuisine.
Mhm.
All right, so chaos cuisine part 2 next week.
Chaos Cuisine Part 2. I don't think I can handle that mentally. I'm not sure I'm ready for that.
Quiche, do you have any tasty morsels for this episode?
I don't, but I know you have a treasure chest of tasty morsels, so I'm going to throw it right back to you.
Well, I think just for funsies, to lift up this episode a little bit, I'm going to share one that's just super fun. So actually, I'll show 2. So there's a website out there. It's called Top Chef FYI, which I did not know existed until, dear Reddit, thank you so much for educating me this season. I feel I've earned my bachelor's, potentially working towards my master's on Top Chef, thanks to you.
Reddit bachelors.
Thanks to Reddit Academy. It's called Top Chef FYI. So the website is topchef.FYI. And this website, you go to it, and for every season, it tells you the chef testants restaurants, where they're cooking, if they have cookbooks out. Really incredible resource. As a fan of Top Chef, I can't believe I didn't know this website existed.
That's incredible.
Yeah, if you want to know, like if there's, for example, we wondered if Savannah would put that jelly cake on her menu. Now you can go to this website and see, is it on her menu? So, and I didn't actually look. I was just
You're so excited by the 21 seasons worth of information. That's fair.
I was scrolling. This is amazing. It's incredible. I don't know how up to date it is, but they definitely had season 21 in there. I think they had definitely had last season, but Top Chef FYI, y'all.
Oh yeah.
For all your Top Chef knowledge needs. Really cool website. And then the other one, just for funsies. So it's all one word, rapping chef. So like a rapper, singer, rapping chef. The person's name is Joshua Wilford. And somebody sent me a video and he was making a dish and he's talking you through the dish, like how he made the dish and while he's making it. So he's mixing something and telling you what he's putting in it, but he's doing it to a song. So for example, the example that somebody sent me was he was doing it to a Taylor Swift song.
Topical. I like it.
And as he's doing it, he's saying, like, I add the something something to the exactly to the tune of the song. Like you immediately recognize the song.
Ooh.
Even though the lyrics are all, it's just basically the ingredients and how to cook it. It's amazing. It's so incredible. I don't know how to describe it other than I will send this to you later because I can't describe.
Please do. I love that.
He's just cooking and telling you how to make the dish to the tune of a song while he's singing the song. But it's the ingredients that he's singing to you and how to cook it.
That's so cool. I feel like that's like a return to passed down knowledge. Like how storytelling was passed down before writing, how like recipes were passed down from like parent to child over years and years and years and stuff like that. I feel like that's like a subtle return to it because songs are such an easy way to memorize things. And if you have the ingredient list, you're going to remember that, you know? So you could be in the Top Chef kitchen and need to remember how to make an aguachile. And if there's a song about how to make an aguachile, you just sing that to yourself and you know it.
Exactly.
Oh, that's genius.
That's a really good point on your part. Like, honestly, if you're trying to teach a child to cook, you just put on one of these videos and go, this is how you make cookies.
Yeah.
And to the tune of a song that they probably recognize. Or at least even if you don't, you can sing along.
True, yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I add the chocolate chips and then so I can't mimic it.
Oh, I already know, but I know. You were singing Love Story. I already know it.
He was obviously doing it a lot better.
I thought it was beautiful. Your little snippet was gorgeous. Don't sell yourself short.
Thank you. And that's my tasty morsel. Or tasty morsels, I should say.
Those are great tasty morsels. I love those. Thank you for sharing. Well, that brings us to the end of this episode of Food and Dine. We'd like to thank you for listening to us. If you'd like to find us on social media, you can find us at Food and Dine or Food and Dine Podcast. You can listen to us wherever you listen to your podcasts. We drop every Sunday after Top Chef airs, and we look forward to having you along next time. Welcome to the table. Let's eat.